The mystery of the Zonai Tribe has been described by Zelda developers as the greatest mystery in Hyrule that hasn't yet been solved. Well, today I'm going to look into what we currently know about the Zonai Tribe from the clues left in Breath of the Wild, plus have a look at what happened to them and the likelihood of them returning in the upcoming Breath of the Wild 2. Well, if you're new around here or found this useful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for all the latest Zelda content and turn on notifications by hitting that bell. And roughly 93% of viewers who watch Triforce Times aren't subscribed, so subscribe today and never miss an update. Well, the vast open world in the original Breath of the Wild tells its own story. The broken down old guardians, the crumbling Temple of Time, and the various ruins across the land. In Breath of the Wild, Hyrule is a land recovering from a great disaster with only a few people left. One of the stories that the landscape tells is that of the Zonai Tribe, and they are one of the biggest mysteries in the Legend of Zelda series. The Zonai have actually never appeared in a Legend of Zelda game, but many clues have been left around Hyrule that paint a picture of a prehistoric people, and we could be about to find out more about them in Breath of the Wild 2. Well, the Zonai, they are comparable to the Aztec civilization that we have here in our own world. They had their own very basic technology, but they were clearly advanced enough to create great temples and structures that are strewn all around Hyrule. These structures can be visited and seen in Breath of the Wild. So you've got a stone dragon near the Spring of Courage, plus we've got the huge mazes in the Gerudo Desert, Akkala, and also Hebra. And the Zonai have left their own unique mark on the structures with their signature Zonai spiral design. Well, the Barbarian armor set also holds clues to the Zonai, given the description reads, "It bolsters your fighting spirit and raises your attack power. Plus it was worn by an ancient warlike tribe from the Faron region." So this armor can be found in the mazes, plus you can find plenty of ancient clues in the Faron region itself, meaning it's highly likely that this armor set was once worn by a Zonai Tribe member. Well, the Barbarian set is primitive in nature. It looks like it's been cobbled together from leather, skulls, bone and fur. And the Zonai were clearly a tough people, and strength was highly regarded in their culture. Warriors were likely the leaders rather than wise men, and clues to the Zonai's dedication to strength can be seen in the Faron region, with some structures looking like pigs, which represent power, given Ganon and the Triforce of Power have been associated with that visual style for years. Another prominent structure in the Faron region is the dragon-like structure by the Spring of Courage. This is likely an homage to Farosh, the lightning dragon that roams around the Faron region. So we don't have too many details in the game about the Zonai, but given their structures, the armour, and the influence they must have had on Hyrule, understanding who they were and why they disappeared is definitely a mystery worth investigating, and many fans are wanting more details in the up-and-coming sequel to Breath of the Wild. We've also seen a glimpse in one of the Breath of the Wild 2 trailers which hint at the Zonai Tribe. So Link appears to be using a dragon-shaped carved attachment on his left arm when he's fighting an enemy, and that is spitting out fire. So given this has a dragon design, it's thought that this could have been gifted to Link by the Zonai, or maybe perhaps left for him, or if we go back 10,000 years in the past, the Zonai could be alive and thriving in Breath of the Wild 2, and maybe they gifted Link that weapon in person. There's a few more clues in Breath of the Wild, specifically with the Zonai Ruins. Zonai architecture is all over the place here, but it's covered in darkness. So Zelda fans have a theory that this used to be a Zonai city. So there is a shrine here, but completing or solving the shrine doesn't offer any more clues as to why the darkness is here. It's a strange place, one that doesn't quite fit in Breath of the Wild, but it's shrouded in really powerful magic. So one working theory is linked to another Legend of Zelda game, but perhaps not the one you are thinking of. We've seen a lot of evidence in Breath of the Wild 2 trailers of a thematic link to Skyward Sword, with the skydiving and the Master Sword maybe communicating with Princess Zelda, But it's not Skyward Sword that I'm talking about, it's Twilight Princess, which could hold the keys to the crucial information about the Zonai Tribe and where they went. Twilight Princess includes stories about the Twili, who are referred to as the Shadow Race, condemned to the Twilight Realm after they tried to claim the Triforce using magic. For example, they are a race that exists in a different dimension and it's shrouded by darkness. It could be that the Zonai are not gone, but they've somehow been trapped in another dimension, cloaked in darkness forever as a punishment for trying to steal the Triforce with magic. After all, the Zonai were known for their magic use, and in the official Breath of the Wild Masterworks book, originally published in Japanese, they refer to the Zonai as magic users who disappeared due to a powerful curse, and that sounds very, very similar to the Twili. The same book describes the disappearance of the Zonai as the greatest mystery in Hyrule that hasn't yet been solved, and that is a description from the Zelda developers themselves. Well, the mystery of the Zonai is definitely an interesting one to think about, and it could offer clues as to potential story beats for the Breath of the Wild sequel. The ruins are dotted all around Hyrule and they're really big clues, plus we got Link's barbarian armor set, but we don't have a Zonai NPC in the game to talk to. Now, given we could be about to travel back in time to the hero from 10,000 years ago, represented by Link with the long hair in the trailers, then perhaps we could get the chance to meet the Zonai and find out more about their people. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about the Zonai Tribe, and do you want to hear more about their story in Breath of the Wild 2? Well, that is it today, looking at the mystery of the Zonai Tribe in Breath of the Wild, and as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Legend of Zelda content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to Triforce Times, or you can hit me up on Twitter at Triforce Times. Well, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing it would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the other videos on the channel. Well, thanks again, and I'll see you soon.